Hi everyone, I'm Bob Lozier, and I'd like to welcome you to the Yield Report. For the next 30 minutes, we're going to transport you through the world of bonds. Virtually all investment professionals agree that bonds, along with stocks and mutual funds, are an essential part of a balanced investment portfolio. With the recent stock market collapse and a potential housing bubble looming, many investors are feeling uncertain, which is why there's never been a better time to learn about and to invest in bonds. So even if you're a seasoned bond investor or just starting to think about bonds, sit back as we take you through the exciting world of bonds. And now let me introduce the creator of the Yield Report to you. Please welcome Mr. Yield himself, Jim Woodson. You are known as Mr. Yield. Good to have you on the set today.
Hi, Bob. Good to be here.
Now, you got that name through a lot of years of hard work. Tell us about the Mr. Yield concept.
Well, Mr. Yield is a nickname that was created for me back in the mid-'80s. I've been in the bond markets for over 20 years. I've traded billions of dollars worth of bonds, but back in the mid-'80s when I was first starting, I had a number of clients, one of whom would routinely call me and was constantly amazed that I would find him a much higher yielding bond than all of my competitors at the time. This went on for a couple years, and one time he called me up and he just simply started the conversation by saying, "Hi, is this Mr. Yield?" And frankly, it's stuck ever since.
Now, the Yield Report came out of all this, and with that, you've got an update every week on how people can choose and do things in the smart way to increase their income. Attention bond investors, did you know that right now you could be giving away thousands of dollars of income by not having the right information about bonds before you invest? The fact is, even a small difference in yield can add up to a huge difference in your total income. So what's the best way to help maximize your income and find top bond yields? It's called the Yield Report. Each week, the Yield Report provides you with an inside look at the bond markets and access to top municipal, corporate, and government bonds. It even has brokered CDs. This valuable resource is already being used by major investment firms nationwide and is now available to you free of charge. When you call 1-866-MR-YIELD, we'll arrange for you to receive a sponsored subscription to the Yield Report, absolutely free. As a bonus, the first 25 callers will also receive Mr. Yield's 7 Secrets to Top Bond Yields. It's critical, folks. Before you buy another bond or CD, get the Yield Report. The call is free, the report is free. Welcome back. Bob Lozier here with Mr. Yield, Jim Woodson. Mr. Yield, you just illustrated the importance of maximizing your investment yields each and every time you invest in bonds. And now I understand that you'll take us through the Yield Report and some of the exciting features.
As you'll notice in page 1, we start with something called the investment spotlight. Now, this is a bond that could be a tax-free bond, could be a corporate bond, an agency bond, but basically it's a bond that we feel offers particular value, a bond of the week, if you will. Down below the investment spotlight, you're going to see that we also have something called the educated investor. I've been trading bonds for 20 years, and I personally write that segment of the report with the average investor in mind, so that they learn something they might not have known. Page 2, moving on, is, and as you'll notice, we've broken down the report into easy segments. Page 2 is our tax-free municipal bond segment. Here, investors are going to be able to look at a menu, if you will, of actual offerings that are available in the street. Right now, the AAA market, the AAA insured market in the municipal world, is where you find the most value.